Hello, hello. Let's see who jumps on. Hi, Melanie. Be sure to say hi when you jump on so I can make sure I see comments. Hi, Mary. There we go. Hi, Melanie. Okay, so had a request. Hello, Cheryl. To do this image right here. So when I did my live video on Sunday as a surprise to show my cards I made, it was requested to do this little girl with the bunny. So this was stamped from our new release. It's called Lucky Critters. Look how cute she is. Hi, Joy. They're all very cute. I mean, they're so stinking cute. But somebody asked me to do this one. So, because I don't have my dies yet, they haven't arrived yet, I went ahead and fussy cut before we got started. And I fussy cut the sentiment as well so we could use it. And I think we're going to make it into the Memory Dex card for my January because it is the year of the rabbit. This year is the year of the rabbit. So I thought that would be perfect for that project. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit. I have my, hi Pat, I have my standard grip sticky pad right here. And it's sticky and I color on it after I cut my images because it holds my image still. I got this at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. You guys know how that Dollar Tree works. So, I probably don't want to put her over that coloring because it might seep through. So we'll turn the mat around and color her this way this time. Sometimes the Copic markers bleed through onto the pad, but again, that's why it's great that the sticky pad only costs $1.25. So you can buy extras. And I really like it. It's very helpful to use, I think. So I already chose the colors basically because I want to do it in the Year of the Rabbit colors. Hi, Rinska. And they are yellow and red. I did choose blue to add to it because I'm going to make her little jeans blue. I haven't decided on her shoes yet, and then I thought I would make her hair a red color to match the red cards. Jumping in to watch for a few minutes while I stay on my kids to get ready for that. Oh, I understand. We'll be here for a little bit. Hi, Kathy. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. Hi, Judy. Hey, everyone. Yay. Okay, so this is the little girl that we're going to color. And I'm going to color her bunny in like a gray white kind of tone. Hi, Bambi. So what I chose for the bunny was these 5. Now I know they're interesting. So I'm going to do the shadowing and stuff with the C2. Then I'll go to the C1 and I'll use the colorless blender for blending it up. And then this pale cherry pink for the little bunny's ears. So I'm going to do the bunny first. So let's get started because we have quite a few things to do. So I'm going to put my caps there so you can see them. And then I'm going to start by doing the shadow areas on this little bunny. And I chose the C color family for this one, but sometimes I use the W's for bunnies. But I want it to really be more like a white and less like a gray bunny. So I'm just putting a little bit under here. The ear will be pink, but I like to have a little bit of that gray in there. And then underneath this little part of the face and up under the little bunny's chin. So I'm trying to hold these pens so you can see them. So I might not be 100% accurate on my coloring, but we'll see. And then underneath her arm, because her arm would cast a shadow onto the bunny, where the legs overlap. Hi, Deb. And then I'm going to do the back side here around her hand where she's holding the bunny's little hiney, so he doesn't fall out of her hands. So it's just a little bit of gray. It's a little hard to see because it is C2 and it's very, very light, but I can show you up close so you can really see it. It's on there. It's just not as easy to see. Okay. Yep. There we go. How's that? Better? Okay. C1. We'll put that here. Hopefully you guys can see it while I'm working on it. And I'll try to turn the image so you can see the coloring and not my hand. So this is C1, and I'm just extending out from where I put the original C color. And since I only chose 2 C colors to color with, I'm going to use this one a little bit more liberally here. I'm going to do just a little bit underneath this part right here so it'll mix with the pink. Hey Mama. I'm going to do a little bit further up on the little hands. Down here a little bit more. On the underside. Now this is putting quite a bit of gray in there, but the colorless blender is going to kind of wash it out. And that's what I wanted you to be able to see. You can use it as a color if you want. So I'm going to actually do the pink first. So the pink, I chose R11. So I'm just going to put that little bit of pink on the nose and in the ear. So I'm not blending the gray with the pink, but I will when I use the colorless blender, just to smooth out any lines in between. Hi, Jamie. So when I use the colorless blender, and that's the one that I'm using now, I'm going to actually go into the color from the white space into the color, blending it out. So I don't wash out all of the gray. Not going to touch his nose, but I do want to smooth out some of those little lines that are showing on his face. Blending out his ear, and then I'm going to blend inside here, and this is going to blend some of that pink and gray together, which I'm okay with. That was my purpose. Feel like it's going to be a long night there. Well, that's not fun. Okay, and then blending the colorless blender here as well. So some of them will appear really white, and some of him will appear. Aw, thanks, Deb. That's so sweet. I'm going to do just a little bit more up here because it didn't seem like that blended it out all too well yet. So there we go. I think that's better. So she's got a little bit of the white bunny, but what I'm going to do is you'll be able to see it a lot more once we color in the girl. So I'm just going to leave that like that. And if we need to go back in and add any other accents with the gray afterwards, we will. But I wanted to give it that preliminary look so we can go from there. So for the skin tones, I chose these. E000, E04, E11, E21, E00. So we're going to do her skin tone with these colors. So now, since I already had them in my copic holder here, I can put them there and you can see the numbers. Okay, so first I'm just going to wet the paper all over her face, just to get a good solid coverage and wet the paper. That's really what I'm doing right now. And because all that she really has showing is this one little hand over here that's stamped a little dark and this one little arm, I'm just going to do them all at the same time. You can't see her feet because she has shoes on, so I'm just going to do her all at one time. Oh yeah, that's great, Mom. I have my ATCs done too. I've received a few in the mail, so that's awesome. Okay, E04. This is the one we're going to use to do the shadow area. So I'm going to do under her hair right here. I'm going to kind of avoid these glasses because I don't think you see quite as dark shadows under the glasses. So I'll use the second color for that. And that's just a personal preference. You can do it however you want. Then this part where the bunny is so close to her kind of gives her a little shadow as well. So I am going to kind of go along that area. Looks a little funny right now, but I think it'll look good when we get done. I'm going to do what's up underneath her sleeve right here. And then of course what's here underneath the bunny hands. And then along the bottom of her arm. I'm also going to do a little bit on her elbow. And there we go. That's the darkest color. Now these are little small images like a planner set. However, they work great on cards, but they're simple and quick coloring. They don't take quite as long as the big ones. Good night, Jamie. Watch the replay over coffee. Aww. Okie dokie, because we're making a memory dex card. Okay, E11 is next. So I'm going to start pushing back into that darkest tone. But remember when I said I didn't like putting the darkest one under the glasses? So this is the one I'm using for the shadow underneath the glasses. That's a personal preference for me. I really do wear glasses. So I feel like it reflects some of the light and you can't see it quite as much, the darkness underneath the glasses. So I tend to color my girls like that too. It might be a glasses thing, but that's the way I do it. I'm going to come back over this one more time just to blend out that solid line. I don't want that line to stay there and show. Hi, Tammy. Now I'm going to do it on the arm as well, pushing back that shadow because I want to keep that shadow area. Push them back where the little bunny's hands are. And there we go. So now, hi Brenda. So now I'm going to use E21, which is the fourth color now. And it's the last one, it's the second to the last one. So before we do the last one, we do the little cheeks. So I'm going to use E21 and kind of follow that same process I did before. I'm just going to push back into that color, which is a little hard to do in this direction. But I don't want to make you guys crazy dizzy by flipping my image all around. And then I'm going to do most of her neck, but I'll go over it with the lightest color too. So just blending these colors together. There we go. See how quick and easy? It looks like a mess, but I promise, as soon as I get to the next color, it's going to come all together and look really pretty. So now I'm going to grab this same R11 that we did on the bunny, and I'm going to just give her this really big, cute little pink cheek. Because she's so super happy to have her sweet little bunny with her. So now we're going to use the E00, and this is the one where I'm going to do more of the blending with it. I'm going to leave a little bit unblended in the glasses so I can use that E000. So it just shows it a little bit lighter underneath the glasses. So now I'm just blending all the colors together to get a smooth look. I'm going to actually do all this part and just leave a little bit under the glasses on her eyes, which is fine. And you don't have to do that on yours. That's just the way I like them on mine. So now I'm doing her fingers, and then I'm going to do this little part on her arm just to blend all these colors together. So we got to get this blended a little bit better right here because we don't want her hand to look funny. I'm going to do a little bit more here. And I think her face looks pretty good. So I'm going to come back with the E000 and blend under those glasses. So this is the first one that we started with, the pale fruit pink. And I really am just doing that in a little bit of a circular motion to blend those colors and get that a little bit lighter than the rest of her. This looks really good in person, but I'm looking on the camera and it doesn't look quite as well. So I'm going to do just a teeny bit more blending with this E00. Just going to come in here one more time and lay another light coat over top of that just to smooth it out. I'm going to also do it up here. So we'll probably have to come back in one more time with the E000. No, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So just putting a second coat just to kind of smooth out that skin tone. I really want that skin tone to look smooth, so just touching it a little bit more. And now I feel pretty happy with the skin tone. So if you do that and you find that you washed it out too much, you can always go back with the dark colors and put in some more of that dark color. But I like her. I'm happy with her just like that. Now, in order to match the background that I chose, I decided to use a red color for her hair. So it's going to be a pinky red. So I have RV99, RV69, R29, R24, and RV14. So are you guys ready for this? That's not a normal color blend for me. That's definitely out of my comfort zone. But here we go. I wanted to do her hair purple like mine because my hair is really purple right now, almost the same color as my fingernails. But I didn't think it would match the background and stuff that I picked. So I decided to go ahead and use this reddish color. So I'm going to put it where I think most of the shadowing will be. So really close to her face and up underneath her hair. And then I'm going to do just a, not underneath the glasses, but I'm going to do just a little bit above the glasses. And same thing on this one. Just a teeny bit here. I'm going to put some blending over on this one stripe that's in her hair. And then just a teeny bit along here, but I don't want to do under her glasses. Again, I feel the same way about that. I want to leave that for the next color. Yeah, Junior went to bed. Yes, he's still sick. So I'm going to just put some lines on the top of her hair right here just to show the direction of her hair to give it a little bit of that dark tone in there. You color her a blonde. Oh, you should have said that. I do have some yellow colors pulled out, and I could have done that. But I chose to do her shirt in a yellowish blonde color, almost like a gold kind of color. And I could have switched the shirt and the hair, but it's too late now. I'm sorry. But I can do it. I can do it again soon. Okay, so RV69, this one is a little bit on the purple side. Just a teeny bit. It's got like a purpley red color to it. And I'm just doing some little brush strokes from the top or the bottom of her hair. Kind of building that shape. And a little bit up from her ears. And then I'm going to start coming into where her glasses are, because this is the lighter color than the original. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Just giving her a few brush strokes there. Going along where I put the darkest color. This is a little bit hard to do if I can't hold the marker upright and get those teeny tiny little brush strokes, but I'm trying not to put my hand too far into the screen for you guys, so bear with me. I do want to get some down up in here and this side that's shadowed. It's all good. It's all good. Yay. Okay. So this one is R29. This is going to switch it now to more of a red color. So I'm going to start getting this bottom one that's underneath her hair. I'm going to give it just a little bit of this light. And then I'm going to put just a few little brush strokes of this one throughout her hair to get that nice red color in there. Do the same thing here, coming from both directions. I really need those tiny flicks or brush strokes. Oops, good thing Jamie's not here to hear me say that. Okay, so we have a little bit of that red in there that kind of changes it. Oh, good. Hi, Gayla. Okay, so next we're going to switch to R24, which is an even brighter red, and then we're going to switch to a pink to highlight her hair. So the R24, I'm going to start filling in some of these areas, leaving a little bit of white in there for that last color. But I'm going to start filling in some of these areas so that her hair looks like it has a bunch of highlights. I like a bunch of highlights in my hair, in my real hair. So why not put them in her hair? There we go. And that leaves us just a little bit of space. So we didn't use a whole lot of the R24, but it'll be enough to really give us that transition from 29 to 14. So this is really pink, so this is going to brighten it up a little bit, and I'm just going to do a little bit of back and forth and see how pretty that makes this hair. I love that. Just kind of blending that out. We're just going to keep doing that on all the spots. I'm not going to go over it a whole bunch because I want to be able to see those strands of hair in there. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I missed one little spot right here. There we go. So now you have the dark and the light mixed together, and it just makes it look really pretty. You too, you don't like to mix them all in there? Okay, so now because we're doing the Year of the Rabbit, and it's a goldish yellow, I have chosen E55, Y35, E53, E51, and Y00. Now those sound kind of crazy and like they don't really go together, but I promise they will. Hi, Joyce. So we're going to do her shirt and I don't know, maybe her shoes. We'll see what her shoes look like once I get done using this color on her shirt. So this is the darkest color in my combination, so I'm going to do that kind of up close. And then I'm going to do it around where the bunny is, because he is going to cast a bit of a shadow on her. If the sun is coming this way. If not, that would be a whole different story, but I'm sticking to this story. There we go. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of that brownish color. Now we're going to come in with Y35, and this is going to be really yellow. But we'll tone it down again with the other colors, so no worries here. That's what's going to kind of give it a little bit of that golden look. And I think that will really help with giving it that Year of the Rabbit look. So we have some yellow. Our third color is E53. And I'm just going to blend out from here, but I'm going to kind of go over that yellow to kind of tone it down a little bit. So you'll see me go all the way over it where I don't usually do that with the other colors. but I did for that reason because I really want it to blend out as a yellow gold. So now we have E51, which is like a milky white, so it's not going to do a whole lot to the yellow look, but the next color is going to bring out that yellow bright. So I chose Y00, which is this one. It's still a pale, but it's going to be enough to brighten that up just a little bit. So kind of blends it into a golden yellow. Mixing it together. And you'll kind of be able to see that bright yellow coming out there. We'll do a little bit more on her shoulder so it really looks yellow. And see, now you have this beautiful golden yellow. Hey, Meg. So I like that color combination, and I could have done her hair with that too, because that could kind of give you that look that the blondish yellow look that you could be looking for. So I'm gonna make, hi Nan, I'm gonna make her jeans a blue jean color. So I'm gonna start with this E99, but I'm gonna use it very sparingly because it's very dark. So I'm going to do it up there at the top where the body is covering, the bunny's body is covering the girl. And then down here a little bit. I'm going to give her a little bit of a mark right here where her leg is bent. It looks a little funny right now, but it will come together. I also like to make her pockets look a little bit lighter, so I'm not going to do inside her pockets. And then this part that dips into her shoes. I like to make that a little bit dark too. Hi, Allison. Look at all these people popping in and out tonight. Thank you so much for coming, stopping by for a minute. B97 is next. It's still pretty dark, so I'm only gonna be pulling out a little bit. Just a little bit more. I'm not going to be going too far because we have 5 colors in this combo and I don't want to use all of them already. So I'm just going to do a little bit here and there. I still want her pocket to be lighter, so I'm going to make her pocket with the next color, which is like kind of like the true color, so it's B95. And I'm going to use that one to kind of fill in this pocket because I want to keep it darker but not too dark. So I'm blending out with this color right here. This is the kind of the true color, so it gets a lot more love. There we go, leaving us a little bit of space for our last 2 colors. Looks like I need to clean my B markers. I was kind of waiting for the time when my markers really needed to be cleaned so I can do a video for you guys. B93 is next, and this one is going to get pretty light. It's going to start pushing that ink around, so we have to be cautious with how much we touch the darker color with this one, because it's significantly lighter. We want to touch it enough to blend that line so you don't have that harsh line there, but not too much to wash out all the dark we just put in there. So then with the last color, B91, it has a lot of alcohol in it. It's a really saturated color. So I'm not going to put a whole lot, but I am going to put it along this area right here where I wanted her, where I wanted it to have highlight to it. And this one too. And you can see the difference that makes just adding this one. It really helps blend it all. It lightens it up. If you wanted to touch it more, you could really lighten up and put some highlights in there. But I'm pretty happy with it. I like the darker color jeans, so you know. Hi, Michelle. So I think we'll just make her shoes in this yellow gold too. So let's just go back to this E55, and I'm going to do what's tucked up underneath her boots around here. this part where it's bent, and right along where the sole would be. So I'm going to go along this sole here. I'm going to do a little bit in this crease part right here, and then a little bit here, and then we'll switch. So these are tiny areas. You don't have to put a lot of ink in there, but you have to get some in there so you can see it. Hi, Jack. Bones for Jack. Yep, he's walking around, getting him some water, chilling out tonight. I haven't seen him much today. He's been doing a lot of napping, the little guy. He's been kind of quiet today. I left my big soft blanket out on the bed, so he's been taking advantage because they usually pick it up and hide it so he can't sleep on it all day because he's got his own blankets, but he likes my new one, so he's been taking advantage of my forgetfulness. E53 is next. This is like the third colors, and it's going to kind of wash out a little bit of that bright yellow we put in there. Then E51 is even lighter. So it's going to kind of color that in, sort of dull that yellow, and then watch what happens when I put that last yellow color in. It's really going to brighten that up. I think I need a little bit in there. So here's the Y00. And once I start coloring with that one, you'll see the yellow really pick up in there. So see how much more brighter the yellow is than the tan in this one? So then we start putting this yellow in there, and it will really, oh look, it's not stuck to my sticky mat anymore. And then look, it looks so cute. And it matches her shirt. She has boots for every color shirt she has. Now, this is the point where we decide, do we have enough gray in the bunny, or do we need to put a little bit more? And so this is what it looks like. And I think I want to put a little bit more gray on the bunny. So I'm going to pull out the C00 because it'll have a little bit more impact than the colorless blender. And I'm just going to blend out just a little bit, just to kind of touch up and give them just a little bit more of a gray look to them. A little more of a fluffy look. I want him to be fluffy. I'm not going to do his tail because I want to kind of keep his tail more white than gray. And that's hard for you guys to see, but I like it. I like it a lot better. Which is exactly what I wanted. You love the bunny now? He's so cute. I'll hold him up so you can see a little better. It kind of blended out his gray a little bit, which I really like. It really did help. And notice that I waited to do that at the end. We did the bunny first, but then I waited because the ink was already dry. So the really light C00 will just keep it very, very light, which is really what I wanted. So then for this sticky mat, all you have to do is just use something to lift it off. And then you have your little sticky mat. And then I just take this thing, stick it back on there, and now I can use it again whenever I want. And so it gets used many times. And it was only $1.25. You can't beat that. So now we have this sweet little girl right here with her little bunny. I love her red hair, but I think it's really going to make a difference when we see how we're going to put this together. So this is going to be a very simple memory dex, but I wanted to make a really quick, simple one. So what I'm going to do is decide, like, I wanted to decide how far I wanted to put the red on, and then I'm going to put the blue. So I'm just going to measure real quick my memory dex, but I'm going to measure it from the notches up. And it's a little bit bigger than 2 3/4. So I'm going to cut this paper to 2 1/4 and see if I like that. So what I wanted to do was put it across like this, and that works out so great. That's exactly what color, how far I wanted that to go. So if that's 2 1/4, then I'm going to make this one, I think I'm going to make this one 2, but I think that might be too big. So hold on, let me check. Yeah, I want to do some more than that. So I'm going to actually make it 1 3/4. This is me deciding as we go along and not pre-deciding before. So I want to put it on there like this. So I think the easiest way to do this is put it over the edges, and then we'll just trim the edges. That way I don't have to worry about it being rounded or maybe not perfect, because it's not actually cut paper that I cut. It's a pre-made memory deck, so you never know if it's perfect or not. But I shake my Barely Art glue, and then I'm going to put it on the back here. Just, you know, I can always add more later if I need to. I'm not sure how far I need to put this, but the Barely Art glue will let you move it around for just a little bit after you put the glue on there. And I didn't go far enough on the glue, so I'm just going to put it along here just to make sure I get enough glue on there. And then I'm going to take my espresso and I'm just going to press it so it pushes that glue out. So it gets all spread out evenly and smooth and flat, and that will make me happy. And then I'm going to use the blue one, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to put glue all over this one since the red is long enough. Why did I shake the glue? Sometimes if it sits for a while, it settles, and you'll get like little bubbles and stuff in the top of it. And then it'll act like it's clogged when it's not clogged. It just needs to be shook. So I shake it up sometimes before I use it, just to make sure I don't get any weird settling in the glue. Sometimes if depending on your atmosphere, if it's hot or humid or cold or whatever, it can act a little different. And I don't like to have to stick the pin back in the top to make sure it comes out, so I sometimes will shake it. Not all the time, but sometimes. So then this is the way that I would trim this so that I get the exact cut I want. So I just turn it upside down and trim off the edges. It makes it nice, smooth, exactly where you want it. I just use the Memory Decks card to guide my scissors across so that I don't cut into the Memory Decks. And then look, it's perfect. How simple is that? It was super great. I love it when it's that simple. And then you know I want to put this sweet girl on here. And these are all the colors, so it works out really great for the Year of the Rabbit and the colors that we found online that said it was the Year of the Rabbit colors. And I am going to glue her on here. I want her on this side underneath January. But I'm not going to glue that part of her hair because I don't want it to lay flat, or these part of her shoes. So I'm really just going to put the glue around the center area. Because I'm okay with them hanging off a little bit, because it's a Memory Decks card, so it's going to get pushed between other ones. So, and then I'm just going to lay her on here like this. I'm going to press it with my glue, with my espresso. You love my bunny? So cute. Now her little feet stick up and her little hair sticks up, and I'm okay with that. You could put a Sweet Pop or these came in a pack with the names on them. Jamie gave them to me, so I can't really tell you exactly where they came from, I'm not 100% sure, but they all had the month on them already, and they came in as set. I want to say, if I could remember her name, I would tell you, but I can't remember the name of the lady that came out with these a long time ago, and she had the Rolly memory decks, and she had these cards you could buy in a set, but I can't remember it now. I like it sticking out too. And then I went ahead and stamped and cut out this sentiment because I really sometimes need this reminder. It says, reminder that sometimes not getting what you want is a wonderful stroke of luck. I felt like I was needing that at the moment. Don't ask me why, I don't know. I just felt like this was the one. It called out to me. So I'm just going to put my Barely Art glue on the back of this. And I'm going to place it right here perfectly so it stands right out. I like this simple memory decks cards. I'm all about simple. So I really like this one. Heidi Swap, that's it, Meg. Thank you. These are Heidi Swap memory decks cards that had the months on them. And Jamie I think Jamie said, I'm not going to use them. Do you want them? And I was like, yeah, I want them. I like them. So she gave them to me, and I've been using them, so I'm pretty happy with them. And then, of course, you guys know what I have to add now, right? I mean, look at how good her hair matches the red. The yellow's perfect. The blue matches the blue. Yay! It all matches out perfectly. But you know I have to put some bling on here because I just can't without bling. So I'm just checking for yellow colors that I have in my stash, and then I'll decide what size. But first I wanted to see how many I had in yellow, because I think I want to do the yellow. Bling, bling, bling. You're right. Yes, you are. Yeah. But then we have this one. So I'm just checking for yellows real quick. I'm almost done. If you guys are curious as to what I am looking at, I will show you. These are all the dots we have in the shop. And I love them so much. So I can't decide. I almost think I need these foil ones because they match the foil in the January. So I think I'm going to go with those. But we do have tiny ones, which would also match really well. And these yellow ones. But I think I'm going to go with these because they match the January. Hi, Nana Jo. So I just pulled them out. I always leave them in the package because they have the name on them. Rainbow foil. And then they have our thing. And so I always leave them in there so when I run out of a certain one, I'll know which one it was, and so I can buy some more. So there, I have one there. And then I think I'm going to put the other two over here. So one here. And I think I'm just going to put three on this one just because I think I like three. I think three is perfect because it's little. And it just makes it. It just finishes it up. It's like the finishing touch of all of my projects are these enamel dots. And you could use so many other things, but the enamel dots are just my all-time favorite. They're simple and quick, and I have almost every color. And so this is what we have. And it is kind of foiled. Can you see it when you move it around? It's kind of foiled. So I think the yellow foil looks really good with it. But I love it. I hope you guys love it. I was thinking that tomorrow we could probably do one with the cricket. Since we did a bunny, then you would use the same, oh look, that girl was blue and red. This bunny would kind of be the same theory as this bunny, and I will do it later, but I think we should do a cricket, one of the crickets tomorrow. So we'll color one of the crickets tomorrow. How's that sound? I'm so glad you guys like it. I'm super happy with it, and it was my husband's idea to do the red and the January for the year of the rabbit. So yes, yay the cricket! We'll do the cricket tomorrow. It'll be fun. And we could do blonde hair on the cricket tomorrow. So come back tomorrow for blonde hair on and the cricket. So we'll do both. We'll do both. That way we'll make sure we get it covered, what everybody wants to see. And it'll be a different blonde color combination than this one. We'll just use totally different blonde tomorrow. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't think tomorrow will be a memory deck. So it'll probably be something else. And I have a few other things I want to do this week or next week. So stay tuned because I have lots of ideas rolling around in my head. Hi, Debbie. So stay tuned, and I will be doing some more really cool stuff. So I'm super excited about some ideas I have for you guys. But tomorrow we'll do crickets. So come back tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll color crickets of the Lucky Critter set. We'll make something else. And I really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with me tonight. And at least you have a heads up. So if you have this, if you bought this set at the new release this weekend, hopefully you have it. If not, you get it tomorrow, and then we can color together. So thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night at 9:30 Central. Good night.